Part of the work that we do, our office it's a very small office, but we have sort of three sources of income streams. We own and manage our own properties over time, which is a reoccurring revenue, and it's basically keeping the lights turned on and keeping the heat and collecting the rents and paying the bills, the usual items. The second component, I think, is being a consultant for major corporations on very specific issues. Currently, we're working with General Electric as one of our clients in the Brownfields program. They look to us to be able to put together teams of specialists that can produce for them feasibility studies from a master planning point of view, and then take the master planning results, interpolate them through cost financing to be able to determine various options on how to dispose of a property, how to save a piece of property, how to make improvements better. So it gives them choices. So for us, I think that's a very exciting part. The third aspect of what we do is we joint venture on projects which are a lot of fun. Recently, with one of my partners, we bought a couple of small historic hotels in West Texas, in the city of Alpine, right next to the city of Marfa. We found ourselves managing some classic West Texan properties, which was great. After we realized that we couldn't get a beer on Sunday, we started a craft brewery. So when I came back, my wife said, "What'd you get in Texas?" And I said, "A pair of cowboy boots." And she said, "How much did that cost?" And I said, "Oh, about $6 million. The story goes from there. But we're very proud to be able to explore new areas and to be able to bring to bear some acumen to those. I think it's a broader palette. I think architecture is concerned with a particular set of issues that, to some extent, are part of the profession, that are internal to the profession, whereas consulting really talks about the ability to generate the beginning idea of a project, to be able to do feasibility studies, to be able to understand what entitlements are about, to be able to understand how you can bring, in Adam Smith's words, land, labor, and capital to bear in order to be able to produce something consistent and coherent in built form. So to me, consulting allows you to have entree into those discussions at a very early stage. Nothing is ever single-handed, single-minded. Nothing is ever clarity. There is very little clarity out there. So by having different disparate views, you're able to affect the built environment by seeing what pressures will come to make it a success or a failure. The architects will tell you one thing, the planners will tell you another thing, your finance people will tell you something else, and at the end of the day, your marketing people will tell you something else as well. So putting all those aspects together, you're able to understand the totality of the picture much better. You're able to see the future. Hard to do, but I think that's our goal. Learning discipline at Cornell was absolutely fabulous, and I assume it still is. To me, I would learn as much as possible, select out that which is secondary, that which is primary, and go ahead and apply it. You can't fail. You just simply get up and do it again, that's all. I think they should understand a methodology and formulate a methodology for filtering data. There's so much information, there is so much being thrown at you in any given time. You have to have an ability to be able to discern what is important and what isn't. You have to be able to prioritize that data in order you can make investment decisions. The life cycle, excuse me, let me go back for a second. The success or failure of a development really does not depend on 1/4 of a basis point. It is a much broader aspect to it. You can make decisions on your financing, but it is really about land, it's about location, And it's about those permanent things that will enable you to sustain that development over a long period of time, even if interest rates move against you. Right? So one has to understand supply and demand in a way that is a much broader, longer view. Who was it that said that no one has ever lost $1 in real estate in the world? They just simply died too young.